So, I'm a drummer, and I love Genshin Impact. We've got the brand new character, Chasca. These are called character trailers now, not character demos. Don't get it mixed up. I will say, I saw the first comment, the top comment on this video was specifically talking about how cool the music was here, so very excited to see what Hoyo was cooking with that. Oh my god! Oh, legs! Okay, wow. Certainly starts with a bang.
Conflicts.
Alright, so gamers, if you're new to the channel, we're going to watch this through one time, and then we'll circle back and talk about the music specifically. Right now, the music is definitely cooking, and it smells good.
But whatever it takes to get a resolution, right?
You hear
Whatever's
that bass
going
line?
on here.
Oh my goodness, I'm just listening right now.
How about we talk it out?
It's an open and shut case. We know these plethora stole the gems.
Oh, they're picking on the
Greedy little
wildlife.
things, huh?
Come on.
Huh. Everyone's been turning on each other thanks to them.
Oh, really? Well, the stolen gems were transported with a spice shipment. And
Context
I don't
is
smell any
king.
spices here. But your frame job? Now that I can smell a mile away.
She's about to whoop their ass. Go on. Let him have it. Bro, the Western vibes are so neat. Especially for me as a Squidbilly from the cornfields of Illinois. Kind of love to see. Oh my gosh! The eyeshadow girl. God damn. All right. Oh, dude.
There's nowhere to hide.
Oh, yeah, they didn't realize they're playing into her home court advantage now. The music. Dude, this is like... It's like Surfer Rock as she's surfing on a freaking gun. Oh my gosh. We're going to talk about this section specifically because they're utilizing one of my favorite musical techniques. We'll talk about it in a minute. Oh my gosh, I can't get over the eyeshadow. It's incredible. The eyeshadow on this character is the most detailed that Genshin Impact has ever put into a character. And that's facts, baby girl.
Resolved.
Back to the Western sound.
Sometimes you gotta do things the old-fashioned way.
That's amazing, man. There's something about like the Western vibe for me living in rural Illinois. I just love seeing it. But I'll tell you one thing that I don't really love seeing is the cost of my gas bill the first month of the year after turning the furnace back on. If topping up in gacha games was any easier, it would create some serious problems. Oh, gee willikers, it just got easier. Eldorado.gg makes topping up as easy as staring at fictional characters on a screen, on the bus, in the back seat, in the kitchen, dripping with sweat because of the gym, of course. It doesn't matter. Eldorado.gg makes it easier than ever to top up on your favorite games. With millions of sales and great reviews, Eldorado provides a safe and secure place to find amazing discounts on your favorite in-game currencies. Genshin players in particular love Eldorado, and even third-party sites like Trustpilot have verified the authenticity and safety of the whole experience. With information and transactions secured by Trade Shield, Eldorado.gg is safer than my search history when a new character gets announced. One might even say it's safer than trying to pull a 4-star character. Now, beyond their base discounts, my community is being offered an additional 5% off everything on the website across all games. Use coupon code Samizard at checkout or hit the link in the pinned comment or description for the discount to be applied automatically. Thank you Eldorado.gg for making my wife's car payment this month. Now let's get back to it. Okay, so a couple of very specific points we need to talk about. There are multiple musical transitions here, and there's a little bit of a like genre bending action happening. And now down here, it's like in the surfer section. Don't let me forget, gamers, there is a rhythmic technique applied that I love, and it's one of the oldest tricks in the book, but it always works. So we're going to talk about that very, very specifically when we get to it. I'm probably going to talk about it for a long time because I love it. Right off the rip, though. It starts off really swingy and jazzy, and it goes right into this funky ass guitar. And what's interesting about the guitar here is it's distorted. So a lot of times whenever you've got like that classic wah wah action from the wah pedal on the guitar, that gives that wah wah wah, like that's why it's called a wah pedal. But it sounds like me after a long night. Never mind. All right, so
conflicts.
But it comes in, they keep it distorted so it has that rock and roll feel. And then you come in with those big hard snare hits right off the rip, right?
Maybe a little dignity.
And these are just quarter notes on the snare, right? So every measure of music you've got to count. The song is in a 4/4 time signature, so we're just counting to 4 for every measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the snare is just hitting on every hit, and that's what gives like a punk rock feel, right? The quarter notes on the snare, that is classic punk rock. Now, it's not exclusive to punk rock, but in my mind, whenever I hear that, the first thing I think is punk. And so you take that and you apply it with different instruments in a different kind of tempo, and it just gives a completely different feel. And you can look at it as either they are jazzifying punk rock or they are punkifying jazz. But you've got the horns in the background, that funky guitar, these smooth rolls, like it's very jazzy, it's very swingy. But it's got a really cool edge with those quarter notes on the snare, and then that distorted wah-wah guitar. It's really cool. And then immediately, we've only got, look at this, 39 seconds. We've already got our first musical transition that comes up right here. Listen for that.
Whatever's going on here.
They just drop it down.
How about we talk it out?
And again, it's very bassy with those extended notes, or excuse me, it's not very bassy, it's very jazzy, it's very swingy. The bass is leading right here, and that's what gives you like that nice funky jazzy feel. Simple notes on the hi-hat, and then long, drawn-out swells on the guitar.
How about we talk it out?
Still with that wah, man, giving you that wavering
it's an open and shut
sound.
Case. We know these Tepetlosaurs stole
Strings
the gems.
rolling in for a little bit of drama.
Greedy little things, huh?
And as far as the dynamic of the whole production is concerned, they scale back the music right here because the focus goes into the dialogue, right? We have a conflict here. The whole story, the overarching story, is she is a peacemaker, kind of like the one from Marvel. Marvel? Oh no, my mind's on Marvel. You guys will never guess why. Anyways, like Peacemaker from DC.
Everyone's been turning on each other
Oh
thanks
my
to them.
goodness.
Oh, really?
Another transition.
Well, the stolen gems were transported with a spice shipment.
That little bling, we call that down here in the Midwest, we call that like a resonator. It's a steel guitar, essentially what it is, and you play it with like a glass slide, and that's how you get that boing. My brother is a master of this, by the way.
Really? Well, the stolen gems were transported with a spice shipment.
You hear that shit? And that may not actually be a steel guitar. That could just be like a deep-tuned acoustic too.
But your
But
friend
that's
job?
100%
Now
Western.
that I can smell a mile away.
The whistles. And even this shot, I mean, if she had a gun on her holster on her hip, this would be like a scene out of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. You've literally got the whistle, the whoa, whoa. That's so cool. Bam, ba, bam, bam. You can hear the percussion picking up in the background, right? Some extra hits on the hi-hat. More stuff kicking in, right? Kicks coming in. More build, more tension. That electric guitar is back. And this has got like the big surfer feels. And it's funny because it's got to be deliberate. But just the idea of them using surfer music while she's surfing around the sky on a magical, oversized revolver is really freaking goofy and fun. It's just a blast, man. It feels good. It's a feel-good song. So you guys hear what they're doing musically here, right? It's kind of the same thing, and this is going to repeat, but I think it's the second time it repeats. There is a minute change that they make, but it makes a huge difference in the sound and the feel of the song. It completely changes the dynamic, so listen for that, see if you can catch it on your own, and then we'll talk about it in more detail. I think it's right here. Can you guys hear what's different? You still got that ba-da-ba-bum, that lead melody on the horns. You still got that lead lick on the guitar. The ba-na-na, 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 ba-na-na. Everything is the exact same except for one little thing, and that is the king of uplifted percussion, the tambourine. Listen for when the tambourine comes in. That's the only thing that changes here. And all of a sudden, it's like this whole section has increased energy and increased momentum. Let's cut back to right as soon as it comes in. Ready? Nothing else changed. It's just the tambourine, and like that is the magic and the power of a tambourine, because all you do is you just shake that bad boy, and it does a couple of things to lift a section, and it's just the very nature of the instrument itself. It does it all in one stroke. So as you're shaking it, essentially, you know, we're going to talk about, you've got a 4 count on the song, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you go to shake a tambourine, you could try and do just quarter notes and hit it on the 1, 2, 3, 4. But because it's littered with these little bells, those give an extra shake every time you move it. So you essentially get double the sound for the same amount of movement, the same amount of motion in a given measure. So if you're hitting on a 1, 2, 3, 4, you're getting an extra shake of those bells every time you go back and forth, back and forth. So quarter notes turn into eighth notes. So what happens if you want to play eighth notes? You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, it still does the same thing. Every time you go back and forth, you're getting extra jingles. So eighth notes turn into 16th notes. Now, what if you want to get really crazy and play 16th notes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? You are absolutely cooking. I don't think that's what they're doing here, but you can, and it will double that and turn it into 32nd notes. Most of the time, that just kind of turns into noise. Right here, they're playing eighth notes, and it's turning into 16th notes, and it is filling the space with steady, consistent percussion. Chicka, 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 chicka. And not only that, but it's high pitched. So it's high pitched, so it lifts the vibe, it lifts the spirit, and it lifts the dynamic by filling in a ton of space and creating a ton of momentum and movement with one instrument and probably one hand. They're just shaking that bad boy, letting it absolutely rip and drip. And it's like the whole... Wait a second. Is the lighting on her pants, is the RGB on her pants dynamic? It is. You guys see that? The way the lights on her pants, look at that. That is just going like all up and down. Does that happen in game too? Is that like just like her tattoos, and is everything, does this all change in game, or is this just for the trailer? Because that's extremely fun looking in the trailer right now. I mean, it's really cool right now. If it does it in game too, that's pretty crazy. Anyways, the music. And what you'll notice right there, we have a big transition and a big build. The tambourine cuts out because it would have been too damn much. Because you've already got, let's see, I think they're doing 16th notes on the snare for this fill. And you would just be mimicking the 16th notes that are already happening with the tambourine. So they cut it out to create a shift in the dynamic. Different instrumentation is filling in that void. It's a different sound. It's a different instrument. It's the snare drum on the kit. Listen for that. Tambourine. Shaking. Snare build. And then it goes into halftime. Lead electric guitar. So cool. So cool.
Conflict resolved.
And then we're back to the Western music. All right, man. What a treat. I gotta
Sometimes you gotta do things
say,
the
this
old-fashioned
new
way.
age of Genshin Impact trailers is really, really cool. Every one of these Natlan trailers, just the style they've got, everything from the thumbnail Even the thumbnails, the new thumbnails that they're doing are cooler. They've just got this flair, this pizzazz to them. I really, really love what they're doing with the Natlan characters and the way that they're showcased and marketed. Music has been awesome on every single one of these, and it's really neat because it's different, you know? It doesn't exactly have that Genshin Impact feel, which the Genshin Impact feel is unique and it's special and it's incredible in its own right, but we've heard it for 4 years now. Got new characters, new styling, and a new sound, and it's just really cool. I think they've done a really bang up job with all of these. That was an absolute treat from a musical standpoint. Really loved it, had a great time, and also it's kind of neat that, you know, it's got that Western feel, tambourine, old school guitar and trumpets and horns, just kind of like fit what I grew up listening to. So that was neat for me specifically. Had a great time. Hope you guys had half as much fun as I did. If you did have a good time, be sure to find us on all of our socials, Blue Sky, Twitter, Discord. Get in there. I'll see you in the next video. Love the games, love yourself, and I love you. Bye.